All right, so this just happened, and no, it is not a conspiracy theory. It is real and it is happening. The Trump administration is creating a government run autism registry, a database of autistic people in the United States using private medical records, wearable devices, pharmacy data, and more. And take a guess who is behind it. Donald Trump's Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., yes, the anti vaxxer who thinks that he's going to cure autism very soon. According to NIH Director Jay Bhattacharya, also kind of a vaccine skeptical crank, the government is going to start scraping private medical data from pharmacies, from insurance companies, from labs, from the VA, even potentially from smartwatches and other wearable devices to build this sort of registry. They're going to pull genomics records. They're going to pull Medicaid data, prescription history to feed this beast of an autism registry. A few handpicked researchers will get access. They can study your data, but don't worry, they can look at it, but they can't download it. Very reassuring, isn't it? This is, of course, medical surveillance of a vulnerable population. No one voted for this. No one asked for this. No one with an ounce of scientific integrity thinks that this is going to end well. And of course, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has claimed on the record that autism is preventable. He's floated the idea of curing it. And he is, of course, trying to resurrect the debunked autism vaccine link, which has been thoroughly disproven for over a decade, based on the now retracted, quote, study from Dr. Andrew Wakefield, who has also lost his medical license and had a financial interest in a measles-only vaccine as an alternative to the MMR vaccine. But RFK now has the power of the federal government behind him. The CDC under Kennedy is investigating the link between vaccines and autism, again, in 2025, and we all know what's going to come next. They are going to say, hey, look, autism diagnoses are going down. Now, it won't be because autism is actually declining, but it will be because terrified parents stop having their kids tested, fearing government retaliation, insurance discrimination, and all of the rest because of this database that has been built. RFK Jr. and Trump will claim victory. They'll say, look, we did some stuff, and autism's going down just like we said. And then they will give the credit to removing vaccine requirements. So this is the formula. We've seen this formula many times before. You manufacture a crisis, you credit yourself for the solution after making it impossible for anyone to seek help. And of course, this is not about actually helping autistic people. This is about tracking them, branding them, building a narrative. And the kicker is that it sets a precedent. Because if they can do this with autism, what stops them from creating registries for other conditions that are politically inconvenient? Depression, ADHD, gender identity. RFK Jr. is a guy who can't seem to grasp that a rise in diagnoses might simply be better diagnostic tools. And we have many examples of this in medical history. For example, when mammograms were introduced and made standard of care, breast cancer diagnoses went up. That didn't mean that breast cancer suddenly appeared. It meant that we got better at finding it and finding it earlier and finding it with more precision. They are building the autism registry with your private health data, and they're going to use the impact of people hearing that the registry exists to claim that they're actually doing something medically. And of course, it's happening under the same president who is floating the deportation of American citizens to El Salvador and all of the other authoritarian stuff. The zoom out big picture is that the authoritarianism is palpable here, and we're seeing it now push into the sort of area of medical surveillance, and the guy doing it couldn't possibly be less qualified. After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what the echo machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get the Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out the Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.